Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, is another Evil Dead movie, or I guess, not movie, TV show review. Today we're tackling Ash versus Evil Dead Season 1 on Blu-ray. So I already reviewed The Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, or Evil Dead 3, Evil Dead 2013, which is not a reboot or remake, it's in the same canon, and of course now we're leading on to the Ash vs. Evil Dead TV show. Now I do own Season 1, 2, and 3, of course this is Season 1, and Season 2 and 3 I'm going to be working on soon. And really, this is essentially everything, fans would want of the Evil Dead. It's got the gore, it's got the funniness, the really good comedy, it's got the action, it's got the dramatic stuff, it's got everything you would really want. And it's kind of an amalgamation of Evil Dead 1, 2, 3, Army of Darkness, and the 2013 Evil Dead film with Mia, all that stuff. Now, this show is not straight up horror, I recently watched The Walking Dead Season 1, and that is more straight up thriller horror than this is. This is a horror show, but it's not necessarily scary. It's more creepy and disgusting. There's a lot of blood. And look, I'm not some kind of masochist or some kind of effing, crazy guy. I don't love blood and violence, but there is blood and violence. And there's so much gore in this show that it really is almost comedic. And that's why, it's supposed to be funny. There are moments that are kind of cheesy and kind of corny, but that's because it's supposed to be. It's not like, oh man, that was a freaking dumb joke. Like Ash, the character, Ashley Williams, he very much is he's kind of like Deadpool. If Deadpool, was played by Bruce Campbell, and he had a freaking chainsaw arm, his boomstick, I guess, shotgun, and, kind of the same personality, so to speak, same comedy skill set. And, it's really cool. Pablo and, the other characters, they're all really great. Katie, I think, I'm blanking. They're all really good characters, I think. Especially Pablo and Katie, or Kathy, but they're very good. Evil Dead 2 kind of suffered with that, hillbilly dude and that one blonde girl. It was like, alright, they're not too important, or, I don't really care, so when they get effed up in that film, I'm like, okay, I didn't care. This time, every single time Pablo, or, Katie, I guess, they get attacked, I really am like, holy crap, what's going to happen? Of course, Amanda, the cop, so she gets pretty effed up again. Hopefully you saw this. But there's a lot of stuff in there where it's they favor practical effects, which is nice, And that's one of my main negatives about this Season 1 TV show, is that there's a lot of CGI. And compared to, and I know Evil Dead 1, 2, and 3 really didn't have much at all, if any CGI from, 80s and 90s. Some of it was kind of cheesy, they literally had a freaking flying deadite on a string at the end of Evil Dead 2, so, there were limitations, and again, it was supposed to be kind of cheesy and corny, but the Evil Dead, the first one, was really supposed to be straight up horror. And because of the limitations, it wasn't really that scary. It's a great film, but it's not horrifying. Evil Dead 2013 is by far the scariest and most intense. It's the newest film. Evil Dead Rise is coming out apparently on HBO, whatever that's going to be coming out soon. But this show especially is scary to a degree, very gory, very funny. This is probably the funniest out of all the movies I've seen, any of the entire franchise. Ash Williams, Bruce Campbell is not a fantastic actor in those films. He actually is pretty good in the show, though. There's a lot of moments where I was like, wow, he's actually having some emotion. He's not just saying one-liners and effing off, He's literally like, I kind of feel his emotional scenes. There are moments where I was like, oh shit, he's like, what the fuck, there are moments where you're like, whoa, and it's funny, like, Ninjago is a show that grips me, and that's my favorite show of all time. But this show, I'm not saying Evil Dead is my favorite franchise, but it's a great franchise. And this show really got me in those, like, holy crap mood, Like, I was really getting into it. The acting's really good. The CGI, for the most part, it's okay. It's kind of, there's no Disney money, it's not Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, it's nothing like that. I will say that The Walking Dead Season 1 has better CGI over this, even though this is newer. Maybe that's because they wanted to capitalize on that cheesy, corny, comedic vibe. But there are a few good moments where, sometimes the blood looks a little CGI, sometimes the effects look a little bit too fake and phony, and folky, I guess. Phony and hokey, whatever. It's kind of a mix of that, but the practical side is still there. The writing is really good. I think that's what's really unique about the show. It's not just oh, it's funny and dumb, or oh, it's scary, or oh, it's gory. Like, it is that stuff, but it makes sense. You know what I mean? You really need to watch it. It's a very gripping show. And if you like the other films and you didn't see this show, I don't know what the fudge you're doing. I'm still going to be watching season 2 and 3 and reviewing those, so do not spoil them in the comments or I'll be very pissed at you. But this is a great season, and this is a great show so far. It's a really good franchise. You know, some of it is straight up horror, some of it's, you know, horror comedy, some of it is action comedy with a little bit of horror, and this is kind of a mix of horror, comedy, action, drama. It really is everything you want from this franchise, kind of, like I said, stuffed into a you know, TV show, a season here, the discs, and, you know, really cool. It's got 10 episodes, 5 on each disc, and, you know, Ash is a really funny character, really relatable character, not that I go killing deadites, but, you know what I mean, he is kind of a funny guy, but deep down inside, he, you know, is kind of tormented and really effed up inside by this, not only the Necronomicon book, but also the whole events of these past films. And even though Army of Darkness, they didn't have the rights to use it, it is still canon, from what I know, so that is still great. So, you know, it's a great show, for sure. I'm really glad I watched it, and I can't wait to watch Season 2. I'm probably going to watch Hawkeye first, and then binge watch Season 2, but still can't wait for Season 2 and 3. This is a really good season, really good show. I'm really glad I got into this franchise. You know, it's not necessarily for everyone, you know what I mean? Like, you have to stomach blood and gore. You know, I'm not saying I like that stuff, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna throw up over it. It doesn't get to me because I know it's all fake. But at the end of the day, this is a good show. It's got the gore you want, it's got the comedy you want, it's got the action you want, it's got the drama you want. Everything from the movies is here in spades and even better. This is probably my favorite incarnation of Evil Dead, from the, you know, remake with Mia, which isn't, but quotations, to all 3 of the, you know, trilogy of Evil Dead films. This is by far my favorite. I love this show so far, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Again, my only negative would have to be some of the CGI. It doesn't really hold up. Looks kind of phony. Maybe that's because of the budget. I'm not sure. Or they wanted to capitalize again on that cheesy feeling. I'm not too sure on that, but still, cannot wait for Season 2. And, you know, it's going to be really fun to review. So tell me in the comments what you think about Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1, if you have seen it. And if you have, compared to the Evil Dead trilogy, Evil Dead 2013, and this Season 1, what is your favorite so far? Again, mine would have to be this Season 1 here. I can't wait to see what happens next. And, you know, it's funny, it's action-packed, it's everything you want, and more. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.